Hi, I'm Mr. Krieger. Thank you for choosing to watch this YouTube video. My PSAT and SAT students are reporting that winning words is producing a significant number of hits on their PSAT and SAT tests. They encouraged me to create a YouTube video featuring 12 of these hot words. Let's begin with engender. Contrary to popular belief, engender does not mean changing gender. Engender actually means to cause a feeling, situation, or condition. For example, the rising prices of collectible superhero figures is engendering a surprising increase in the price of these action figures. Now, ameliorate is a classic SAT vocabulary word that means to improve. It is normally associated with 19th century reformers such as Frederick Douglass, Dorothea Dix, and Susan B. Anthony, all of whom worked to ameliorate or reform pressing social problems. But the new digital SAT is using traditional SAT words in surprisingly unconventional contexts. Ameliorate provides a perfect example of this new pattern. For example, a recent question used ameliorate to describe how human-like figures, such as bipedal locomotion, help to ameliorate or improve the effect of the more unnatural aspects of a robot's appearance. Everyone agrees, eschew is a difficult word that is frequently appearing on recent PSAT and SAT tests. Eschew means to avoid. For example, during the 1960s, hippies eschewed middle-class standards of dress. As you might guess, College Board test writers are not interested in hippies, but they are interested in authors and literary critics who strongly recommend that writers eschew or avoid using adverbs ending with an ly. Instead, they favor strong verbs and more specific descriptive adjectives. Needless to say, College Board test writers agree. Ambiguous is a frequently used SAT word that means unclear and therefore difficult to interpret. In contrast, unambiguous means clear and therefore not open to more than one interpretation. For example, road signs are designed to provide motorists with unambiguous directions. Extol means to praise, acclaim, and laud. Los Angeles Dodgers superstar Shohei Ohtani is now widely extolled for his amazing performance in Game 4 of the National League Championship Series. Ohtani pitched 6 scoreless innings with 10 strikeouts. He also hit 3 home runs to help the Dodgers clinch the pennant. Ohtani definitely deserves to be extolled for what many consider the greatest single-game performance in Major League history. Consumer inertia is the tendency of buyers to stick with a familiar brand or product. For example, all of my students use iPhones. When I ask them if they would consider switching to a Samsung or some other smartphone, they demonstrated consumer inertia by unanimously answering, "No way." Now, discerning means showing good judgment in the sense of being selective. College Board test writers have shown great interest in mirror shades, a short but discerning anthology of cyberpunk stories. Although the anthology only contains 13 stories, they provide readers with a discerning or carefully selected set of classic cyberpunk stories that describe the frightening future of high-tech societies and low-life hustlers. Paucity means shortage or scarcity. It is typically used to describe a shortage of supplies or medicines. As we have seen, College Board test writers are using common words in unexpected contexts. For example, a recent research report is warning of a paucity or shortage of diversity among U.S. honeybees. This troubling finding explains why College Board test writers linked honeybees with the word paucity. Take a look at the map in this slide. CCZ is an area in the Pacific Ocean located between Mexico and Hawaii. How many invertebrates, do you think inhabit this zone? The answer, of course, is no one knows. Since researchers lack enough information, the number of invertebrates in CCZ is inestimable because it cannot be estimated. Attenuate is definitely a difficult word. It means to reduce the force, intensity, or effect of something. For example, when you turn down the volume of your car radio, you are attenuating the audio signal. Thus far, attenuate has been a tempting but incorrect answer on vocabulary and context questions. But it has appeared in a series of grammar questions in which the passage notes that although the Netherlands and Luxembourg were once part of the Spanish Empire, their connection to the Spanish language is so attenuated that Spanish is seldom spoken in either country. A caricature is an exaggerated picture or description designed to create a comic or satirical effect. For example, Thomas Nast's famous caricatures of Boss Tweed helped focus public attention on the Tweed ring's corrupt practices. It's a long way from Boss Tweed to the Greek god Apollo. But students report a passage describing a painting in which Apollo is depicted dining with a modern, mundane, middle-class family. Now that would definitely qualify as a caricature. And finally, our last word is radical. Radical is used to describe a thorough and far-reaching change. For example, AI is now sparking a radical change in many aspects of our lives. Stop and think about it. How many of you use AI to complete your homework assignments? AI may also be playing a role in how College Board test writers are creating questions that appear on your SAT. This video describes and illustrates 12 hot words that are appearing on recent PSAT and SAT tests. For more hot words, see the 3rd edition of Winning Words and my insider test preparation site on Instagram. Thank you for watching this video and good luck on your tests.